Good afternoon. Welcome to Jim Munley's World of Weather. Clicked on to the long-range weather forecast discussion for October 27th through November 10th. For October 27th to the 31st, this is what we're forecast. We start off here first. We start at the beginning of the period trough ridge here over eastern Canada and a trough or upper low here over the northeast. This will eventually lead, as we get to the end of the period, ridging building over the west, trough in the east, and it'll be a very stormy period. I'm going to get to that. We will have a trough over the west, so it'll continue to bring unsettled conditions here, especially the northwest. You can see mountain snows, cold conditions here. So then we'll have an upper low over the northeast and a weakening low across the south, this low here. And this will result in a deep upper low in the east, and this will bring widespread rain from the Ohio Valley to the Appalachians and the East Coast over, right here as we go into Halloween. So we're going to look at the different pattern, different system, different models. Here is the GFS. Go here. All right. Further south and weak. We'll look at the European. Doesn't even show anything yet. Brings it out. Well, there goes Malisa, weaker. Then we look at the European ensembles, weaker. So there is a tendency there will be a storm affecting parts of the East Coast, especially the New Jersey coast, with strong easterly flow. This is the area that's been battered by the last nor'easter. This will be the next one, and especially the New Jersey shore, all the way from the Carolinas up to New England, will be battered by a strong easterly wave, causing coastal flooding and so forth, and gusty winds. And then we'll have a frontal boundary or shortwave energy to keep the northwest unsettled. We're going to look at the period from November 1st to the 5th. You go here to the 5th, and what you see here is ridge trough configuration. And the models are good agreement with this, and this is what goes on over in Asia. We have a trough, a little bit of a dip here, a trough over Asia. So for this forecast period, I am calling for above normal temperatures in much of this region here, and I'm calling for anomalies to be at least 4 to 6 degrees above normal here. For precipitation, calling for below normal precipitation for much of this area here. Probability of occurrence is 35 to 40%. Looking ahead to November 6th to the 10th, what we have here is still ridge trough configuration with this trough here near Alaska. The models are showing this pretty much. The ensemble's less amplified, more of a zonal flow, but there's still a trough over eastern Asia. So for this forecast period, I am calling for above normal temperatures here with anomalies of 4 to 6 degrees above normal, below normal temperatures here with anomalies of 2 to 4 degrees below normal. Okay, now we're going to look at Malisa. Okay, here's the current satellite imagery. Looks like it's better organized, but it's still experiencing some shear. And this is the satellite imagery, and you can see right here, these are the higher tops of the thunderstorms that are occurring here. All right, we'll take a look at the current location as of 2 p.m., and it's 15.6 north, 74.4 west. Maximum sustained winds are now 60 miles an hour, so maybe it's not as tilted as it was yesterday. And now it's still crawling at 2 miles an hour towards the east-southeast. So it's a little erratic now because so the models are like all over the place with this. So we'll look at the models, what they show. Okay, we're going to look at different models here. This is the GFS. You can see we have a trough here. This is forecast to curve it to the northeast. All right. And then we look at the European further west, and then across Cuba. Across Cuba might meander a little bit. And then we look at the Canadian further to the west, but then lifts it up through Cuba again. So they're a little bit similar. And when you look at the UK Met, it really spins it up, keeps it weak, and then brings it across Cuba. It intensifies later on, but it keeps it weak. So the models are like all over the place with this, and there's not one model that we're favoring one or the other. Now, as of now, like it depends. If we look at the other models here, we'll look at one more thing that I didn't bring up that I want to. This shows it a little bit better. Oh, yeah. No, what do I want? Yeah. Sorry, I'm just thinking of what I need. I should have brought this up earlier. Okay. If you look at this is a GFS. This shows a little bit better. Here's that trough moving in. All right. And the GFS picks it up. See how it grabs it and lifts it off to the northeast. It all depends on how strong this is. Some of the models say, no, the trough is not as strong. So it lets it go a little bit further west. And some of the models also have this trough further to the west and this storm also further to the west, and then allows it to curve in. So it comes close to Florida. So Florida is still not still not out of the woods yet. It's a low probability for that, but right now it looks like it's going to curve, go across Cuba. It's not good news for Cuba and Haiti and so forth because there'll be a lot of rain. But it's better news for the U.S. And we'll look at the National Hurricane Center website, and we can look at the rainfall amounts. All right, and we'll look at the rainfall amounts now. You can see here, it's still like yesterday. Here's of the heaviest rains, 20 to 30 inches, but it looks like we're in dark brown, 6 to 20 inches is not out of the question. Right now, they look like they're going to get 12 to 16 as a part of this, but if this shifts anyway, the heavier rains could come in. Isolated 20, you can see isolated 16 here, parts of Jamaica. So it's still not a clear picture yet of what this is going to do. All right. So that is the long range weather forecast discussion for October 27th through November 10th. Thanks for coming, Jim Munley's World of Weather, and have a good day.